Hello everybody, 'tis I, the Rumple One. Another episode of the Money Games, the American Scheme. We've all heard about the American Dream. Basically, it's owning your own home, raising your family, white picket fence, the dog, the kids, the cars, barbecues on Saturdays. But you see, the American dream is really the American scheme. Why do I say that? Well, to get the home, you need a bunch of these. Thousands usually. Tens of thousands. And in some cases, hundreds of thousands. And in a few cases, millions of these to get a home. But most people acquire these through something called work. And they maybe get a few thousand of these a year. And after living expenses, maybe they're lucky if they can save a few thousand of these a year. So, bottom line is, they can't afford a home. They can't just go out and buy one because they don't have enough of these. So what they do is they rent a home from somebody else and give them these in exchange for the ability and use, the ability to live in the property and the use of the property. But then they tell you, if you're renting, you're just throwing these away. You should own your own home. But what they don't tell you is that when you own your own home, but you don't have enough of these, you have to borrow from the bank or the mortgage company, some lending institution. And these lending institutions don't do this. They won't give you these because they like you. No. There's going to be a contract where if the home's $100,000, you're going to have to pay back so much per month. But the thing is, over the life of that loan, you're going to pay about 3 times the price of the home. So, for example, if you have a $100,000 mortgage on the home, and you have a 30-year mortgage, you're going to pay back $300,000. So you see, that's the American scheme. They want to get you to buy into the American dream so they can make you indebted to them. Because see, once you're indebted to somebody, you owe them. That's what it means. And you're going to have to pay them back. And you see, if you fall upon hard times, they'll take away that home. You'll be out on the street. But they don't care, because you see, part of the money game is they want to get as many of these from you as possible. Remember, that's the object of the game. But you might ask, well, what's the alternative? Well, the alternative is to save enough money, maybe buy a small piece of land, build your own home, live in a trailer for a while. And you say, well, who wants to do that? Well, there's lots of people do that. But the thing is, you won't have that hatchet hanging over your head ready to chop it off if you can't pay back that loan. Same thing with cars. I mean, if you look at the price of cars today, you could buy a home in some places for the money that people spend on cars and trucks. Just more of the American scheme to separate these from you. I mean, as soon as you buy that car and drive it off the lot, it depreciates. Sure, it's nice to own a new vehicle. I bought a few in my time. That new car smell, knowing that, it's yours. Nobody else has driven it. But you see, that's part of the American scheme. If you save up enough cash where you can plunk it down, and then you do own that new car, well, that's one thing. But if you have to sign that contract that you're going to pay back interest, you're going to probably pay back 2, 3, 4 times what that car is worth. That's why some people get upside down on cars, where the car is worth less than the amount owed on the car. There's something wrong with that. Try not to buy into that American scheme. And credit card debt's just the same. 22, 23, 24% interest. I think back in the 1920s, before I was born, if you charged that much interest, they'd throw you in jail and lock you up, because it was called usury. But now, they'll give you 1%, maybe 2% on your money in a savings account. But if you borrow money with a credit card, 23.99% APR. So you see, people, debt is just part of the American scheme. And if you want to be a winner at the money games, you need to stay out of debt. It's that simple. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll visit some other issues in upcoming episodes of the Money Game.